Sir, good morning. This is our report, Freedom and Independence, 1898 to 1899. The circumstances surrounding the Declaration of Philippines Independence, its constitution, and the form of government were certainly not ideal. The Filipino force could have chosen better timing. The U.S. take over the Intramuros on August 13, 1998. The exclusion of the Filipino force who had early laid siege to the city muddled the issue of where the real victors of the battle. Has in a, has it the Americans or the Filipino that were responsible for Spanish surrender? General Emilio Aguinaldo, together with the Apolinario Mabini, were faced the difficult task of uniting the education and rich with the majority who were poor and uneducated under a form of government worthy of international respect and recognition. The dictatorial government. When Emilio was in Hong Kong, he asked Mario Ponce to prepare a constitution that provide for a Publican form of government. On May 24, 1898, Aguinaldo, upon the advice of Bautista, formally established the dictatorial government to be underestimated by decrees promulgated under Aguinaldo's sole responsibility. Mabini enters the scenes. While Aguinaldo was in Hong Kong, he was in the company of many wise men. They were all patriotic men of experience. It was these men who composed the Hong Kong junta, which Aguinaldo consulted for the major decision. Before he left for the Philippines, Felipe Agoncillo, who had left the Philippines in 1895 because some fears were after him, gave him so good advice. The dictatorial of independence. With the Filipino government now in operation, Aguinaldo thought that it could be the best to declare independence of the country. He believes the people would work hard to protect that independence and thus contribute to the stability of the newly established government. On June 5, Aguinaldo ordered that June 12 be set aside for the proclamation of independence. To make the event memorable, he asked Julian Felipe, a musician of Cavite, to compose a march who be played during the Independence Day ceremony on June 12 between 4 and 5 in the afternoon. Aguinaldo, in the independence of the Philippines from the window of his home in Kawit, the Philippines flag designed by Aguinaldo and seen in Hong Kong by Miss Marcela Agoncillo with the help of Delfina Herbosa and Lorenza Agoncillo, was officially host for the first time to the complement of the Marcha Filipina. The act of the Declaration of Independence was prepared and read in Spanish by Ambrosio Rians Ceres Bautista. This was his last official act after June 12. He faded from the picture and advisor. The Declaration of the Independence was Mabini stepped in as Aguinaldo topmost, designed by 98-person U.S. Admiral Deo declined the invention of the ceremony. Instead, an American Army officer by the name of Colonel L. M. Johnson attended on his behalf. It was not until August 1 that many towns of Luzon promulgate the Proclamation of Independence. Local government recognized Mabini began playing an important role in the Filipino government after the Declaration of Independence on June 12, 1898. Mabini prepared the Declaration of June 18, which provided for the recognition of the government in province that were already taken from the Spaniards. On the other hand, the province chief or government under councilor were elected by the town chief in constitution with the popular assembly. To prepare this, he could include the June 18 decree of provision start that each province should elect its delegates to Congress. The administration of justice. In the supplementary decree of June 20, Mabini provided for the administration of justice in area under the Filipino government. For the time being, the Spanish Penal Code was adopted except for those provisions which were contrary to the decrees of the Filipino government under the set up township to automatically assigned as the town judge. Upon the advice of Mabini, Aguinaldo changed the form of government from dictatorial to revolutionary. This took effect on June 23. From this time on, the name of government was revolutionary government. The decree prepared by Mabini changed the title of the chief of state from dictator to the president. To help the president in these duties, four departments were created. And the June 23 decree also provide for the create of Congress province which could not hold any election for the delegates to Congress because they were still under the Spaniards, could be represented by appointed delegates to Congress. The Malolos Congress. Following the provision of the decree of June 18 and 23, Aguinaldo called the Congress to meet at Barsonian Church in Malolos, Bulacan. On September 4, Aguinaldo appointed 50 declarative to Congress to represent provinces that were experiencing unstable condition because of the peace and order issue.
Good day, sir. I am Mr. Tobato Jr. and today I will continue reporting the Chapter 13, Freedom and Independence, year 1898 to 1899. The Malolos Constitution. What Mabini provided in the decrees of June 18 and 23 was for Congress to function as an advisory group to the President. He meant for it not to act as a law-making body. He had divided that at times an emergency as what was happening in those days. The chief executive should not be hampered by too much discussion in order to execute plans immediately. The members of Congress, who by them were mostly like elite, however, were opposed to Mabini. They believed that it was necessary to have a modern constitution which will answer the needs of the people so that the foreigners' powers would readily recognize Philippine independence. Mabini answered that the unstable times were not conducive for such a constitution. They need more time to deliberate in order to decisively frame the provisions of the Constitution. Mabini prepared a draft of the Constitution called Constitutional Plan of the Philippine Republic and submitted to the Congress. Congress did not like it because it was based on the status of universal masonry. Felipe G. Calderon, a descendant of the Franciscan friars of Santa Ana, Manila, preferred his version of the Constitution which the advice of Cayetano Arellano, a brilliant lawyer. Those against the provision of making Catholicism the state religion won by only one vote, that of Pablo Tecson of Bulacan. Other provisions were modified because of Mabini objection. The final version of the Constitution was promulgated by Aguinaldo on January 21, 1899. The Constitution, it's important. The Malolos Constitution was the first important state documented that the Filipino people, speaking through their representative and ever produce Republican in orientation, the Congress worked hard to have a constitution for the people, which was democratic in its aspects. According to this constitution, the government that was established was popular representative. The government that was divided into three branches: the executive, the legislative, and the judicial. The Constitution also provides for national and individual rights, not only of Filipino, but also of foreigners. Safeguards against abuse were provided so that the people will not experience what they had experienced under Spain. The Malolos Constitution is unique for three reasons. First, the assembly of the legislative branch was more powerful than the executive or the judicial branch. Second, it provided that when the assembly was not in session, a permanent commission composed of members of the assembly will set as a legislative body. And lastly, the constitution established a unicameral legislature. Calderon explained later that the reason behind the superior rank of the legislative branch over the executive or the judicial branches of government was that he was afraid that if the executive branch became powerful, then The ignorant soldiers who were for Aguinaldo will dominate the government. The First Philippine Republic. In the preparation of the inauguration of the Republic, Philippine Republic, Aguinaldo, as early as January 2, 1899, recognized his Kabinete and its follow. President of the Kabinete and Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Apolinario Mabini. Secretary of Interior, Teodoro Sandico. Secretary of War, Baldomero Aguinaldo. Secretary of Finance, Mariano Trias. Secretary of Welfare, Public Institution, Public Works, Communication, Agriculture, Industry, and Commerce, Gracio Gonzaga. This cabinet was also called the Council of Government. Mabini, in a last effort to include his ignorant masses, declared that the cabinet belongs to no party nor those it desired to form one, each stand for nothing save the interest of the fatherland. At the inauguration of the Republic on January 23, Aguinaldo took his oath of office of President of the Republic. The army took his oath of loyalty to the country before President Aguinaldo. Then the Malolos Constitution was read article by article so that the people would know what it was all about. To make the event memorable, Aguinaldo pardoned all prisoners of war who were not regularly members of the Spain army. Also, Spaniards and allies were granted the right to engage in business. For education, the armed struggle between the Spaniards and the Filipinos resulted in the destruction of schools and buildings. However, in the interest of Filipino children, the adults, the revolutionary government offered the provincial governors to reopen schools that had been abandoned during the revolution. For the budget of 1899, Aguinaldo include of item for education amounting to 35,000 pesos. Then a decree provided for the improved curriculum of the Burgos Institute. Periodicals of the Revolution. A struggling nation like the Philippines towards the end of the 19th century and then propaganda media to make the feelings and idea of the people known to the world. As, as, as a first step toward realizing this objective, the revolutionary government founded its official organ, Feraldo de la Revolution, which came out on September 29, 1898. Later, its name was changed to Heraldo Filipino to intake official of finally to Gereta de Filipinas. This newspaper published the decrees of the government, some news, and Tagalog poems. Privately owned newspapers were also founded and joined the crusade for Filipino nationalism. The most famous of this newspaper was La Independencia. Its editor and part owner was General Antonio Luna. Their newspaper came out September 3, 1898. That's all, sir, and good day.